Hi guys! Yes, the air conditioning in my craft room, which is in the garage, is finally fixed. I couldn't craft in here the past few weeks because, yeah, it's just too hot in a garage in summer in Australia. So, I've been just doing little bits and pieces at the kitchen table. Anyway, I thought I would pop on and show you how to make some little paper wallets. Now, this came about because a while back, Kirsten from Penny Rose Journals, I'll pop the link to her channel in the comments box below. Now, in a mail a while back, she sent me this. It's got a little pocket on both sides, and you just open it up. It's got some writing space. So, whoops, super easy to fold. But it reminded me of these little paper wallets that we used to make when I was like as kids in primary school or something, and we used to make them out of pages out of the back of our school book, or mostly magazines is what we used to make them out of. So I thought I would make them out of magazine pages as well, because I've got a lot of rubbish magazines, and I'm not a fan of magazine paper. It's thin, it's shiny, it's ugly. So I thought I would show you how to make them. Now, I've made a bunch of little paper wallets out of magazines. I'll show you. Some painted, and this one, the one I thought I'd show you, is out of photocopy paper. And the reason I've folded one with photocopy paper, I thought it would show you the pockets a lot better than the magazines. They're a bit harder to see, maybe. So this way I could ink the edges so you can see exactly where the pockets are, and then I'll show you how to fold them. Now, Kirsten, thank you for that little folded book page pocket you sent me, but that sent me crazy the past 2 months, because I've been randomly here and there trying to remember how we folded these as kids. My sister's down from Queensland, and I even asked her, and she could not remember. So I've been fiddling around with it, and I finally got it. And now, it's so easy. I don't know why I could not remember. Anyway, there's a pocket there in the back. There's a pocket at the front. The same on the other side. Then if you close it on the spine, there's 2 pockets there on either side. Oops, my big man hands can't get in there. So there's one there, and there's one on the other side. Hope you can see that. And then on this end, there's a pocket there and one there. So that's all it is. Pocket each end, pocket those sides as well. 2 there, 2 there. Anyway, I thought they're super cute for junk journals. They're small, they're flat. You tuck them into pockets quite easily. So, made a couple with photocopy paper. This is a full sheet of A4 photocopy paper. This is from one page out of an electronics magazine. Just decorated it with some scraps and a postage stamp. I actually really like these ones, but the paper's so thin and brittle on that magazine, that particular one. Now, these are the ones we made as kids. So exactly the same as that one, but out of magazine pages. And I just think they're super cute. We used to put stupid little notes in them to each other, and it was quite fun. And we'd leave them places and hide them places and slip them in each other's school bags and lunch boxes. You've got same thing, pocket there, and there, and there. That's kind of like a little secret pocket. Anyway, there are a whole bunch of different ones we used to make, but I will try and remember the others. But this is the first one. This was the easiest one from memory. This one turned out pretty good. You've got the limes on the front, oranges on the back. Actually, I always put the front pocket down the bottom, if you know what I mean. So that way you can tuck something that way. So for this one, this would be my front, as opposed to that way. Otherwise, it's an upside down pocket. So there's that one. Oh, this one turned out all right as well. Oranges on the front. Limes at the back. This one actually has prawn and noodle tom yum in the recipe. So I might keep that little one to tuck into an Oriental journal. This was an ugly Woolworths ad for Flora margarine. But I didn't mind the back with the writing, so I've just covered the front. This one, I've just stuck a flower on the top. Now the magazines I'm using, you can use any magazine. Actually, you can use any type of book page. As long as it's a rectangle, not a square, it'll work. So for these, I've used this. This is a Woolworths Fresh magazine. This is from 2018, kicking around my craft room. Oh, there. That's my little prototype when I finally figured out how to fold it. I was so happy. I was like, at last, I got it. Okay, let me move those over. Okay, so this is just a really ugly cooking magazine that is given out free at Woolworths supermarkets here in Australia. So it's just all recipes, and there's nothing you can really use out of it. I mean, sometimes I see these nice little background colours just for collage and embellishments and stuff like that, but you know, there's not a lot in it. You might cut that out, love is in the air, if you do glue books or something like that, but yeah, there's not a lot of nice pictures or anything. But anyway, I decided to use one of those magazines. Now, some of them, if you like really junky looking junk journals, you know, you can leave them raw like this. Now, I don't mind if they look raw junk like this. I quite like it. So that doesn't bother me. But if not a lot of people like trashy junk journals, or they're ephemera made from junk to look like junk, you can paint them or do something to them. So these ones, I've just painted a few pages. And when I say paint, I just got the grandkids poster paint and, you know, just slap it on. Don't be fancy. I don't care if the writing shows underneath like that. And I've put a stamp on it. I put something on the front if I can, just so I know what the front and back is. Because once you put stuff in, your little pockets might be upside down if you don't, you know, you can't tell what's the front. So same thing, little pocket there, pocket on each end, and the two pockets inside. But the painted magazine ones, if you use the poster paint, it's matte and it gives a pretty good coverage. It's just cheap poster paint. That's another one. It's actually quite a good way to use up magazine pages. That's some little sticker that someone sent in a Happy Mail. Sometimes I fold them a bit wonky, you can see there. And then I've made a few from the photocopy paper in that magazine. Anyway, Get on with it, you say. Let me show you how to fold them. I will make some other types with photocopy paper one day when I figure out how to do them. Okay, so just rip your page out of the magazine. I've got a few that are ripped here. Okay, I think I'll use the apple one. I'll do two. We'll do this one first. Okay, now the side that you want on your outside, so the side that you want to appear on the outside, put that down. I've also trimmed off, when you rip it out of the magazine, you'll have the little raggedy edge. I've also trimmed off that. I'm going to show you one just so you know how much I trim off, because I know a lot of people like to ask about, you know, what size is that page or what the measurements are, but it really doesn't matter. Just have a rectangle. Okay, so just get your page. When you cut magazine pages, just have your little trimmer already on the page, because if you were to start from here, when you pull it up, the magazine page is so thin, it, you know, crinkles the edge. So I just trim the ripped edge off. That's it. Don't worry about the size of the page. You can make some with, you know, a great big atlas page if you wanted. Okay, so I'm not going to give measurements because it doesn't matter what size you do it. I can make one from this size if I wanted. And a photocopy page is bigger than this. You'll see the difference in size between this and this. You just need a rectangle. Sometimes it may not line up perfectly if the dimensions, the height to width ratio isn't spot on, or width to height ratio. Don't worry. You can adjust, you can just adjust them. It really doesn't matter. So if the outside of your wallet, pick which side you like. I like this side better. Face that down. Just fold the edge. Again, there is no set amount that you want to fold the ends. I do it, whoops, I do it about 1 centimeter, but you can do more or less. It really doesn't matter. This folded edge is this edge. So the folded edge is here. And the reason I fold it is just to, as kids, I don't think we used to fold it, but I found that it's better to fold it because it strengthens that edge. Otherwise, it's just a single little sheet of paper you'd have. You'd have an edge like this if you don't fold it. Okay, so just fold it. You don't need to glue them, but I glue them because depending on what you put in and out of that pocket, you don't want it to catch on the folded edge. Glue that baby down. And I'll fold a couple, so you know. They're super easy. Once you've done a few, you'll remember. Okay, fold each end. Now, fold it in half. They look nice if you can keep a nice crisp folded edge. They'll sit flatter rather than a bit puffy. Okay, then open that up. So you've got a fold in the center now. Now fold each end up to that center line. Now mine may be a bit wonky. I'm a bit far away and a bit blind to see. I cannot see the crease line, but don't worry. Most of the ones I've folded are wonky. I need to be right above it to see the crease line. Anyway, see, I've got a little bit of a gap in there. Don't worry. Okay, so fold it. Now, fold each corner on the page up to that first crease line that you've just made. Oh gosh, this one I definitely cannot see. Again, no need to be precious. Look, if you make a mistake or ruin it or it doesn't line up good enough, it's a magazine page. Throw it away in the recycle bin and start again. That's the great thing about using magazine pages. So even if you don't like the look of magazine pages and you're using some scrapbook paper, for example, practice first on a magazine page. That way if you stuff it up, you won't need to waste your good scrapbook paper. Oh gosh, I really am blind. Okay. So you'll have that. And you've got the halfway line where you folded it. So now fold those two over to the crease that you've already done, and you'll end up with this. Now flip it over that way and see how you've got a V. You're going to fold it up just to the little corner of that V. So flip it over and fold it to the corner of that V. Now it doesn't have to be exact, like exactly to the little corner of that V. It can be a bit over, it can be a bit under, and depending on the size of your starting page, once you've done a few, you'll know where to adjust it to. See, my V is actually a bit higher here. Now at this stage, if you are making photocopy paper ones, you probably want to ink those edges before you fold it up like this. Just if you want your pockets here inked. It's just easier to do it before rather than after. Okay, so fold one up, turn it around, and then fold the other. And this is where you decide what do you want to be the inside of your pocket. So this one's a bit ugly. This one's got just text. I might keep just the text. Okay, so now you're going to just shove that under there. Now I've found the best way is to just get the credit card and just push it under. Oops, haven't got my edge under. Okay, so then you'll have this, and then just fold it closed. Just flatten it down a little. And this one actually lined up quite well. Like the front, there's no ugly little picture there. And at the back, there's just a picture of a pear. Okay, so now I've got my pocket at the back. My little pockets at the front on each side. I've got a pocket there, a pocket there, and then, oops, One on each end. Oh my gosh, I'm fumble fingers. And one on each end. See? So easy, so cute. And then you can just put whatever on the front. I've just been using whatever is on my desk. So I had this little flower stamp out, so I stamped some scraps. I think I've left some of them raw. That one I had a whole sheet of stamped. I picked this stamp up at a little market yesterday that we went to, like a flea market. And I just stamped out a whole brown paper bag and some scraps. So that was from a Happy Mail. And my go-to decorating scraps from my one of my scrap trays. And a postage stamp. Nice and easy. Okay, let's do another one. Look at this funky quiche. I thought that might make a nice outside, but I fear most of it will be covered up because usually you'll just see those bits at the end. But anyway, let's give it a whirl. So, the page you want on the outside, face down, fold the edges. Doesn't matter how wide you fold it. I do mine about 1 centimetre. But do it whatever you like. We'll glue those down. I'm trying to hurry because Darren's working from home today and he's on his lunch break. And when he comes back, like, I could keep filming even though he's in the room, but he gets a lot of phone calls and he does video conferences and crap all the time. But mostly I can't talk on a video with him in the room. He mocks me and he just says like stupid funny things in the background which will make me laugh. Like, I tried to do a video before the Christmas break, before he went on holidays, and I started my video, and I always start my video saying, "Hi guys." I don't know, I've just always said it. It's how I greet you if I walked into a room. "Hi guys." And he was in the background saying, "Hi guys." And I couldn't film. I had to like chop, cut, forget it. I'll do it tonight. Anyway, okay. Fold the edges, fold it in half. Then fold the ends up to that halfway crease. Fold your little corners up to the line that you just folded, or the crease that you've just folded. Oh gosh, I can't even see that crease. Where is it? There, somewhere. Okay, so it's like that. Fold the other end up to the halfway crease as well. And then fold the corners up to that crease that you just made. I wish I would just flatten it down at the end and not after each crease, but it's one of those things I must do. Okay, so you've got this. Fold the ends in. Okay, I've got a bit of a gap there. That's okay. This gap, remember, is that bit on the spine. If the pocket starts a little further down, it's fine. Easier to get your stuff in. Okay, flip it over. And now just fold up to the little V. or somewhere around there. It can be a bit over, a bit under, doesn't matter. Turn it around and do the same with the other end. This is where decide what you want on the inside. And I'll put this one on the outside pocket. Whoops. Okay, if you don't line that up on the edges, it's sometimes hard to tuck this page in. Okay, so you've got that. Now I'm just going to tuck one side into the other, and you can tuck either. I can tuck that one or this one. This is the bit I always struggle with because my big man hands are just don't have that delicate touch. I'm sure you'll be far more graceful. Oh, geez, this one is, what am I doing? Get in there. Okay, now just tuck that under there. I'm a bit rough and ready. Okay. Tuck that under there. Just get a card and push it up into the corners to flatten it. Okay. Then fold it over. This is what I mean if that when you fold the flaps in and the two don't line up in the center, you just get your pocket starts a bit further down, which is actually better because you can get something into it a lot easier than if it was right up to the edge like that. Anyway, that's it. Okay, so my little pockets on the bottom there. Not quite flat there. Okay. That's better. That's on the bottom. So that's the front and that's the back. Okay. So there's my two little pockets we just folded. I think they're super cute. Now the painty page ones. Okay, you probably get the gist after those two, but I'm going to quickly do a painty page one as well. As you can see, the backs, I spent far less time on the back than the front because I painted the fronts and then flipped them over, and the paint that was left on the brushes, I just... You don't really, this is going to be covered except the little square in the middle, so you don't even have to paint the whole thing. Anyway, I'm going to quickly do one of these and then I'll let you go because I think you get the gist. Okay, so this is my ugly side. I like this side better, so this will be the outside or front of my wallet. So put that face down. I've already trimmed the edges, have I? Yes. Okay. Fold it up. Fold it up. Okay, glue the edges. Fold it in half. Open it. Now fold each end up to the halfway crease, and then do each corner up to that first crease that you just folded. Oops. Okay, this end, fold up to the halfway line as well. And then fold your corners to that line as well. Okay, so you've got that. Flip it over. And fold up to the V. Okay, so this one I folded a bit short, so I'm going to put this one on top because it lines up neater up the top there. Okay, now just shove those guys under. Oh, that one's a lot easier. Okay, tuck that under. Now you can see here that this didn't line up perfectly. See how my pocket starts here instead of from the top? That's because that one flap I folded right to the V. I probably should have gone down a little further. But it doesn't matter. Like, it's not going to make any difference. I've still got my full pocket there and a full pocket there. Okay, then just fold him closed. Squinch it down a bit more. And that's it. And you've got your little pocket. Aren't they super cute? I just love them. I'm so glad I finally figured it out. We also had another wallet that when you opened it, instead of these top little corner bits, it was just a straight flap across. And you know, like with a real men's wallet, you can get, you know, money, a note, and put it in, and it's, you know, there's a flap there. We had one of those as well, but I've not been successful in trying to remember how to fold them. So I will just keep trying with, sorry, I've got really inky, dirty, gluey hands from crafting all morning, in case you're thinking I'm a slob, which I am anyway, but they're dirty, crafty hands. Yeah, I've not been able to remember how to fold it. I've kind of got something along that line, but I can't quite get it. There's always this extra flap that, where does that go? Anyway, I'll keep trying. If I get it, I'll show you. Maybe I'll remember in another 30 years. Anyway, thank you, Kirsten, for sending me this. It jogged my memory on little paper wallets. We used to call them paper wallets, but call them whatever you want. I think they're super cute. And they're great if you're like a real junk journaler, or, you know, you like that more polished or vintagey look or whatever. I will keep my little prototype. Oh, I don't need to keep my little prototype to know how to fold it now, do I? Because I've got a video that shows me. Anyway, that's it. I may do some more painting magazines to get rid of the magazines, actually. Anyway, that's it. Have fun folding and make yourself some little paper wallets out of magazine pages or whatever pages you like. It also even works if you've got, say, a paperback novel. You just have to make a few little adjustments. Sometimes with this corner on the side here, you may have a little opening bit there, because when you fold this up, it's a little bit short. But again, it doesn't matter. It just makes it easier to put stuff into that pocket. Anyway, I'll do some other ones in my next video maybe. Or I'm going to make some more of these in my next video and decorate them with you maybe. Okay, that's it. Thanks for watching.